guys, what's up? It's Kat. I've had a few coffees today, so I'm standing for this video. I don't think I can just sit still for a long period of time. Also, I am in a different location, obviously. It's very blank. It's just a white wall. But I'm thinking that maybe within the next week or so, there might be a backdrop here. I'm thinking something pink, pastel-y, cute, but let's just pretend that there's a pink backdrop right here, because one day there will be. So you guys know we're here, you know what I'm about to talk about. I think I'm having a tattoo nightmare, and so I've been freaking out a little bit over the last few days. I've been starting to calm down a touch as all of these kind of symptoms and things that I'm seeing are going away. But a lot of the things that I've been experiencing, I have never experienced before ever in my life. I wouldn't say I'm heavily tattooed, but I have had enough tattoos to have an idea of when something is up, something's going wrong, like that's not right. So if you haven't seen my vlog from being at Nick's, go watch that right now because you might not understand what I'm talking about if you haven't seen that video. So the link is in the description, go right there, click it. Like I needed more. So in that vlog, I got my tattoo, and one of the things that my boyfriend noticed and that I noticed was that while he was tattooing upwards, and that is a way to damage the skin more than you already are. And it was also the first time that I was tattooed by a coil machine, which hits a lot harder into the skin. And you kind of have to go fast with coil machines, because if you're going slow and spending too much time in one area, your skin is just going into a meat grinder practically. So right now it is day 5. The scabs are pretty thick for my liking. I'd prefer them to be thinner, but I washed the heck out of it, so that's all I could really do. But my skin is really tight, and this is about as high as I can lift my arm. And like, these are all normal things. The abnormal part is that I was very, very, very heavily swollen up until 2 days ago. And I do have these marks on my shoulder. The marks are from the Saniderm. And you can see the Saniderm on my skin at the end of my vlog video. It is a skin-tight plastic film that goes over your tattoo to protect it from bacteria. But I know for a pretty good fact that my artist did not apply the Saniderm properly, and there were air bubbles. And John actually pointed it out and said, hey dude, there's air bubbles in this. And he was like, oh yeah, that's no problem. You can see in the end of my video that they were just pooling with blood. Like, I went to show you guys and there was so much blood. I almost didn't even want to put it in the video because it was just like, it was grossing me out. I had my arms bent like this, and I was like, I need to straighten my arm because I'm afraid that this thing is gonna just, I'm afraid that it's gonna pop and blood is gonna go everywhere. This thing should be sealed so I don't have to deal with this. And we were in our Uber on the way home, and I was like, my jacket's wet. I went and I opened up my jacket here, and like I took it off my arm, and then I saw all of the watery blood on the inside of my jacket, and I was like, fuck, really? Like, it's only a few hours after I got my tattoo, this thing wasn't applied properly, and now it's leaking all over my brand new jacket. I literally got this a week before I got my tattoo at Topshop, and I'm lucky that there is this outer layer and then there's another layer on the inside, and it was only the inside layer that got damaged. I have hand washed this already, but there still are a few like faint stains in there. It was really bad on the day of when it was leaking. There's just like these spots here like that are just a little bit yellow and discolored. For a while, like, it was the entire inside of the sleeve was covered in blood. The night that we got home, we were like, okay, this Saniderm is compromised. We can't use it anymore. I had never used Saniderm before. I didn't know what to expect. I have a routine that I use for my tattoos, but Saniderm and Second Skin is so popular nowadays that I was like, all right, no problem. I'll try something new. Why not? I might as well. So everybody else seems to like it. And I have to deal with this. So the Saniderm has an adhesive on the bottom of it that sticks to your skin. And so we take off this adhesive, and it was hurting so much when he was taking it off because I have this fresh wound, and now you're pulling a sticker off of it. It's like taking off a band-aid, legit. I was thinking of filming the process, and I actually even filmed before we took it off when like the blood was leaking out just to like show you guys, but I ended up deleting the video. I didn't end up wanting to put it inside this video because it was a little bit too gnarly. So we took it off, and I had these red marks, and it was red all around just wherever the Saniderm was. And the next day I went to work, and my boss kept on telling me that like it looked really swollen. And then these marks started to get more red, and my manager was like, "You have a crazy sunburn." And I was like, "It's not a sunburn, it's from the adhesive from the Saniderm." And then the next day, I noticed this. I wanted to film this part of the video ASAP because I didn't want to film it while the swelling has gone down and just kind of like talk about it without showing you. So it is day 3 of me taking the Saniderm off. Right now, because that adhesive was not joking around, my arm kind of looks like reverse Popeye. And if you don't know who Popeye is, this is what Popeye looks like. And so this is what reverse Popeye looks like. Here is my bicep, and you can see my other one is like kind of, you know, normal. And when I turn to the side, I am looking super jacked, but I am not that jacked. And from this side too. Just for like a comparison. It doesn't really hurt. I feel really swollen for sure. Look at that. And you can also see the lighting is horrible here, but it is a little bit red here and a touch bruised. There, that's a little bit better. You can see all in this area where I had lifted the Saniderm up. I have all of these marks from the Saniderm, and it is 3 days later. Yesterday the marks were a little bit worse, but today the swelling is still just really showing, and it's like really hard here too. Like it feels like there's a tennis ball underneath my bicep. Because I was so swollen and my arm legit just felt so heavy, I had to like rest it on my leg because I didn't want to hold up the weight of my arm anymore, and it was actually fatiguing me. And you know, you see these things, you go on the internet, you start self-diagnosing and reading horror stories, but I was like, this isn't right. I don't know if this swelling is from my tattoo or if it's from the Saniderm. All of these things I'm experiencing after I'm using Saniderm for the very first time. If I hadn't have used Saniderm, I probably wouldn't be experiencing these things. So for a very long time, I was blaming it on the Saniderm and not on the artist, and to this very moment, I don't know what to put the blame on, maybe both. I know that I did my part on washing my tattoo and taking care of my tattoo because it is not the first one I've ever gotten, and I'm a tattoo artist myself, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. But with the Saniderm and having it be compromised and not being able to use it anymore and being chopped up by a coil machine, my entire arm shouldn't be a balloon, and it hurts so much. I feel like there's so much air and it'll either pop or I'll float away. I just want the tattoo to heal now. Like, I'm over it. It's very tender and sensitive. I can't move around a lot. I try to ignore it because I had to tattoo yesterday, and if you want to see that tattoo, let's just put it in right here. I did another watercolor tattoo. Everybody seemed to love these. I was in so much pain from my tattoo and just working my arm and wiping and stretching the skin. And so, what do I call this video? Tattoo nightmare? Saniderm nightmare? It could be worse. I could be oozing. I could be heavily infected. I thought that the swelling was because of an infection. I didn't know what the heck it was. And thank God it's gone. Don't know what it was from. And the reason why I can't pinpoint if it's a tattoo nightmare or a Saniderm nightmare is because I don't know which one caused the issues. I'm just not using Saniderm again. I'm gonna stick to my original dry heal. Don't put that adhesive stuff on me because that thing hurts and it restricts me and causes me to swell up and have a bad reaction and rash. So don't put that on me. This is still gonna heal beautifully, and I love the art, and it does speak to me very much with my culture. No regrets. Just not a very great experience once the tattooing was done. Which sucks, but what can I do? If you like me and you like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little notification bell because I make new videos for you guys every week. And if any of you have used Saniderm, please let me know what you've experienced in the comment section below, because I'm like in the dark here and I just want to hear what everybody else has to say, just to know that like I'm not the only one. So everybody have a really great day, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a pink backdrop.